Hey guys, and welcome back to SkizzleCraft episode 4. So today I am starting out up here in the little area we built in the last episode. Just checking on what's going on up here, seeing how the farms are working after I've been gathering resources for a while. Because building for today is going to take quite a lot of resources, including quartz, which is not very fun to gather. So if we head out of here and down to the main base area, we're going to be building down here on the outside today. But my goal for today is to get the nether portal built. Now, I do know we have a little nether portal in here, this tiny little thing, but that's not going to do. So we need to build something out here, but I'm not quite sure where it's going to go. I want it kind of central here with the pyramids, so over there somewhere, but I'm not quite sure whether it's going to be on the water or down on the grass. But this section here needs terraforming, so I was thinking of joining that section over there with this section. Oops. Since it needs terraforming up to the pyramid where it's kind of just hanging over the middle of nothing at the minute anyway. So I think that's the first thing I need to start doing is terraforming or find a way to join these two sections. Then I can figure out how the nether portal is going to fit with the pyramid. So first things first, let's get this terraformed. So after sorting out the land, I realised that the portal didn't fit anyway. So I built this little platform which is central with the centre of the base. And I thought that we can have this coming down into a pathway down here onto kind of like a promenade or something, which I'm not going to build today. So I just built a platform for now. So I'm going to build kind of a promenade and a pier out on here, even though, yes, I know it's only a little kind of lake thing. It's not out into the ocean, but we can sort that at some point later. Because we can just go a little way out into the water here, and at some point this lake we can go over here. If you actually follow it around, it goes close to the ocean on this side. So we can dig out some of this land and maybe open it up to the ocean here. It doesn't quite go all the way, but it is quite close. So maybe we can open this up and have this kind of like an inlet from the ocean. Then the pier makes a little bit more sense. But if we head back over here, I've got some resources gathered. Hopefully it will be enough. I have all the copper aged well now, ready and cut into the stairs and slabs I'm going to need to build this. So we're going to do this in stages, and the first part I'm going to do is build the actual portal. So obsidian gathered and portal built. This is the size it's going to be. Yes, I know it is missing a corner, but the design won't, well, it looks a little bit odd if I put that final corner in, and you won't see it anyway, so it doesn't bother me. So this is the portal. Now we're into the next section, which is the quartz, as we've got here, and the steps leading up. We're just going to place the last little bit in here, like that, and the stairs. Oh, we need stairs this way as well, like that, and like, not like that, if we can actually get it in the right place. There and there. I really hate placing steps. So there is the second part. Yes, it doesn't look much, but please trust the process. Because most of this section you're not actually going to be able to see. Most of this is going to be hidden, and it will look nice at the end. So this, now I'm going to get my copper, well, cut copper out of the storage. Actually, no, we've got it in here. And we're going to get building on the next section, which is the parts that start to look nice. So on to part 3. Which is complete. So now we have the design starting to fit in nicely, which is starting to look a little bit better. Yes, it's still not complete. There's still a lot more decorating to do, but we've got the... Hello. This is the first one of these guys that showed up on my area. So I need some emeralds. Okay, so put these guys away for later, and we can head out and carry on what we were doing. We've got mini blocks and hermit heads we can buy from the wandering traders, so whenever I happen to find one, I try and buy what they've got. But that was the first one I've managed to actually get to while I had emeralds. But anyway, what I was saying, we've got this section designed now. Now we're going to put some leaves on it. We've got jungle leaves and the flowering azalea. We might need to add a little bit more quartz. And then we've got soul lanterns and trapdoors, the warped trapdoors, to add a little bit more detail. So I'm going to start doing that. And that is section 4. So just finishing cutting out this little area. I've built a portal ready to go. I think it's in the right direction. Hopefully I don't have to move it again, but that'll be something I have to figure out later. So let's light this and see if it works. Just hope I remembered my flint and steel. And then we can head through and check that it connects to our portal on the other side, which it does. Perfect. Let's go back through. Hopefully it ends up back at the correct portal, and that works as well. So that is in the right place and ready to go. So that works perfectly. The portal is complete, but I'm not going to finish today there. I'm going to... You know what? This looks really nice from this angle. The floor looks great, even though it's got the dirt texture. I'm quite happy with that. Anyway, we're gonna continue our work with the nether stuff, and we're gonna start working on our nether tunnel. I'm not sure whether we'll get the whole thing complete, but I've got a little bit more resource gathering to do first. So after quite a bit of a resource gathering, I think I'm ready to start the tunnel. This isn't everything. I do need a lot of glass, but I'm going to be starting with the walkway part, not the whole thing. So these are all the resources we need. I've got way too many soul lanterns to decorate in there, but oh well, they'll get used at some point. So I think we're going to head through here first, and I think the first thing we're going to have to do is dig out a section for the tunnel. So as you can see, I've been digging this little area out, which is actually the area in the nether that corresponds to my base location. So I've just gone to the edges of my base, divided the coordinates by 8, and then dug out the section in here. So any portals in this section will create a portal in the overworld that's somewhere in my base, which will be useful if I want different portals around at a later point. But for now, we're going to go get started on the tunnel, because I'm not quite sure what I want to do with this area just yet. But as you can see, I have put a ice path down from the other end. Now, where I thought the tunnel was going to be, I started digging out, but not all of this is needed. I did have the path about here, but if I do that, then this side wall over here will actually collide with my neighbour's nether portal, even though it nether tunnel, even though it doesn't actually travel that far down in my direction. It's somewhere like around here, so I thought I'll just move my tunnel over a little bit. It still connects with this area where my base is, so it doesn't really matter if the portal is a little bit off to the side. I'm fine with that. But as you can see then, with this being the center, there's a lot more to dig out. So I'm going to have to start digging that before we can start building the whole thing. So here we are down in the eastern tunnel that comes directly from spawn, and I've been working on the first section of the tunnel, just getting the shape in place. The archway is done, a little bit of the floor, and I'm just trying to make it as spawn proof as possible. But I've got a lot to dig out down there, and I probably will need to get some more of the copper. I'm not sure whether I've got enough for the whole thing. I'm not sure whether I want any copper higher up just yet, but this is going to be the kind of design we've got so far. I've just been adding in a little bit of the soul sand fires that kind of match in with the copper colour, and hopefully that will keep some of the spawns away. I'm not sure if the light level for skeletons makes a difference in the nether or not, but because they keep spawning everywhere. There's like tons of them just spawn every time I go up and down this section. But for now, I'm going to continue digging this out. I'm not sure whether I'm going to be doing all of it yet, because it is a little bit of a disaster. You can see I've got these sections blocked in because of gas, but they're going to be covered with glass, which I don't actually have collected yet. I need to head out and do that. So I'm kind of trying to figure out which section I need to do first, if I want to dig out, if I want to build the floor all the way down, or if I want to do a section at a time, including glass, so I'm not getting shot at. It's a little bit difficult to figure out, but yeah, this is the design we've got so far, and I think it looks really nice together, so I'm going to go carry on probably with the floor to start with. So this is going a lot slower than I thought. I've got a feeling this is going to take me days to complete. But as you can see, we've got the next section done. I did start just digging out, but then I realised that, well, this top section is going to be difficult to place if I dig the whole tunnel out. So then I thought I'd just dig the top section out and do a section at a time. But that didn't work either. And when I got to this section, I kept getting shot by things. So I really don't know what order I'm going to do in, but as you can see, this top section I have dug all the way down to our portal, and I have placed the blocks all the way down to the pole, so at least one section is done all the way. I managed to get some of my scaffold in. I don't really have a lot of strings, so yeah, I'm not going to be able to just build a big section of scaffolding all the way down. So we'll just have to do it like this. But this section is done, and the next one just kind of come down to one block, which is going to have stairs where each of the pillars are. And I think it's easier to do it like this, where I've got this kind of platform I can stand on just to place some blocks. See, there's another gas going to shoot at us if it just tied. I'm getting shot by skeletons, shot by ghasts, and pushed off by magma blocks. It's not very safe. But as you can see, I placed some chains down here because where I had the lamps right at the top to start with, it just looked a little bit strange. It just looked a bit flat. So I brought some of the chains down. Luckily, we have the iron farm. And I think it just kind of added a little bit more depth to it. Yes, it is kind of, you know, I know it's an archway. But yeah, I think it looks nice with the chains, so the lights are hanging down a little bit better. So more resources. I probably will need to gather resources again because I didn't realize how much this actually needs. There's only a few resources I'm going to need, but glass is going to be a big one. That's going to be later. As you can see, I added some of the glass that I already collected here in panes because that means when I place the boat down with these on, it stops me actually running onto the copper steps. So I continue down really fast. It'll get me down the tunnel super fast. Whereas without the glass, obviously here we're already straightened up from the glass further down, but if we just try putting it on here without the glass, you kind of go side to side into the copper things, and it takes ages to get down because it just slows you down all the time. So the glass helps, and I think it fits nicely. But these sections are going to be light blue glass in the squares, probably, but I might use white so it matches. I'm not quite sure yet. I've really not got the whole of this thing planned out. I'm just kind of got an idea and I'm winging it as I go. So time to carry on with a little bit more of this and hope I don't die multiple times. So most of the tunnel is now complete. So as you can see here, I've got the archways done all the way along. We are down at our portal. You can't really see the other end, it's too far away, but we've tried to make this as spawn proof as possible. I've been riding up and down here on a boat to see if these sections actually spawn anything here, because, well, I think the button stops the spawn here, and then the button and trapdoor together stop spawns here. But these 3 blocks should technically be spawnable, but I don't know whether it's anything to do with the light levels or what, but I've been up and down and nothing's spawned so far. We've got carpets up here on any spawnable blocks. I just need to double check. I've missed one there. I just need to double check if there's any other missed blocks first. And the copper down here, I ran out of the aged copper, so I have just mined a little bit more and shoved the normal copper down. It will age on its own, but it's looking pretty good so far. So all that's left to do now is the glass, which I've been collecting up to get this covered, and that will make it a little bit easier when we're traveling through the open sections. We're not getting shot by ghasts or anything like that. So if we head down to the other side, you can see actually how long this thing is. It is the end of the tunnel, luckily. It's very nice to have the ice boat route down the middle there. And it works nicely and it actually fits nicely. with the glass actually landing directly on the corner of the step section. But we're going to start down on this side with the glass. As you can see, I've been collecting up some glass. I actually left a third shulker box down the other end. We place these up here. We have purple and blue, and these are going to be up in these sections up here. And then I've got a lot of light blue glass down there, which is going to be the windows in these sections. So I need to head back and grab the light blue glass. I don't think it's going to be enough, but we can cross our fingers and hope. I probably will have to go digging for sand again. I brought 4 shulker boxes back, and I've got 1 shulker box of sand still left. But yeah, it's a lot of glass that's needed. So I'm going to grab the glass here, and then we'll get building on that. So let's go into a time lapse. So after days, and I mean days, of being stuck in the nether, and I've just realised I've still got my gold helmet on. That's better. Now we can carry on. So after days of building and days of being stuck in the nether, I am finally done with the tunnel. Now, I'm not quite sure if it is 100% spawn proof because of these sections here. There's nothing actually stopping spawns except the light level, if that does anything. But I've been up and down this tunnel so many times and nothing spawned. And I think if anything can, it might be the odd skeleton. So for now, I'm going to leave it. But if I do end up getting a load of spawns, I'll have to figure out something that I can put down in these sections. Because I really don't want to cover them up with carpet. So I think the only option would be buttons. Because I'm not sure whether candles will stop spawns. But that might look a little bit silly, just having candles all the way down. I'm not quite sure what else to do, but I'm going to keep testing it out, going up and down quite a lot. I'm travelling up and down here a lot anyway, so we will see if anything spawns and if we need to do anything about these sections. But for now, the only thing left to do in here is to get some more of the amethyst clusters for decoration in some of these sections because I ran out partway down. But the tunnel is finally complete. So let's go ahead and put our boat down and we can travel all the way along. We've still got a few copper pieces that are not quite aged yet. But as you can see, it is all the way along. We have our little face at the end, which was unintentional. And we get down the tunnel really quickly. This is the amethyst clusters that I was talking about. So we just need a few more. That kind of just brings this purple from the flooring up a little bit into the walls as well as the ceiling. So I'm really happy with how this tunnel turned out, as well as the portal. So we head down here once again. Every time I have been back through the portal into the overworld, because I've spent so much time in the nether, there's always been more than 3 days, and I get attacked by phantoms. So yeah, let's just cross our fingers that it's not nighttime. It's not nighttime. That's great. So we can get rid of this now. I'm going to have to get rid of this bridge at some point. So I need to kind of make a nice little pathway down here before we get anything built down there. Just to make it easier to get up and down. But I'm really, really happy with how this portal turned out. It was a lot better than I thought it would be in my head. So, you know, I'm glad something turned out nice, but that is all I've got time for today, guys. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the video. Let me know what you think of the portal design and the nether tunnel design, and leave a like if you like the video. So thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time.